Hi everyone, Mr. Hawkins with Hawkins Tech, and today Apple released iOS 18.3 Beta 2. This update was released alongside iPadOS 18.3 Beta 2, macOS 15.3 Beta 2, watchOS 11.3 Beta 2, tvOS and HomePodOS 18.3 Beta 2, and visionOS 2.3 Beta 2 as well. Now, I am not running the iOS 18.3 beta. I'm on the stable release of iOS 18.2.1 that was released yesterday. However, I am going to talk about what's new in iOS 18.3 beta 2. And the first new feature is in Calculator. If you add an equation here, for example, 12 plus 56, you can now press the equal button as many times as you want, and it will make a lot of numbers show up on the screen. You can basically keep repeating sort of the equation. However, it isn't working now as I'm not on iOS 18.3 like I previously did mention, but you now can repeat the answer within the Calculator app. As far as anything else, within the Home app does now support robot vacuums. You also have support for natural language when you go into the App Store. Say if you wanted to search for an app to help you work out, you will find what you search for. And that was also carried across Apple Music as well as Apple TV. All three of these apps now support natural language. Now, Apple is supposedly supposed to be bringing battery intelligence to Apple Intelligence devices, which if you were to charge up your iPhone, it will let you know how long it has charging. Even if Apple did bring this to Apple Intelligence devices, which they haven't, it will only be for Apple Intelligence devices. So that means you will need an iPhone 15 Pro or newer to get that. Although Apple hasn't brought that yet, but I know a lot of people are excited for that to come. As far as anything else, there was an update to the Image Playground app in Beta 1, although I do not remember what that update was. So far, iOS 18.3 is just a minor update, and having robot vacuum support within the Home app. As far as any new wallpapers that was talked about, so far, in Beta 2, there are no new wallpapers, but hopefully there are some within the RC build. Now, I'm not running the beta, although that may change at some point. As far as when to expect the next update from Apple, well, today is January 7th. And since yesterday we got iOS 18.2.1, which was a bug fix and security update, I would expect the next update the week of January 13th. And it's two things we could see. If history does repeat itself, last year with iOS 17.3, we ended up having 3 betas because this time last year, there was a bug with iOS 18.2 or 17.3 caused by backtap. And if you go to install iOS 17.3 Beta 2 last year, your iPhone would be stuck in a boot loop where it would just sort of how when it resprings, it loads. It will constantly do that forever. Now, I never did then, and I still won't right now install the betas. Although, if I get a secondary iPhone, that will change, as I will put the beta on this particular device and have a newer iPhone to use on a stable version of software. Then I will install the iOS betas. But until then, I will usually keep my iPhone on a stable version of software. Hopefully within the RC, we do get new Unity wallpapers, as I mentioned. But we can expect iOS 18.3 RC if we get beta 3 next week, the week of January 20th. Then that sort of changes everything, as that we would then be expecting iOS 18.3 to release to the general public on January 27th. Now then, if we don't get beta 3 next week and instead get the RC on the 13th, then we can see it release on January 20th. And then after that, we move on to iOS 18.4, all the way up until June with WWDC. And we do get WWDC invites in March, and I will make videos on WWDC. However, I won't be running iOS 19 beta. Well, as I previously mentioned, that may change if I have two iPhones. Then I may put the beta on the device I don't use the most. As far as anything else, that's it with iOS 18.3. Not really a large update. Hopefully we get new wallpapers in the RC. And in my What's New video, I will go over some of the new features. If you guys like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm Mr. Hawkins with Hawkins Tech, and I'll see you guys later.